Alright everybody, today we are having a rough start for the episode because I'm here in the nether surrounded by ghasts. I came to the nether because I need some soulsand for later, but there are so many ghasts, it's making this impossible. There are like 10 or 12 ghasts around me, and they attack me from the front, they attack me from the back. Okay, let's see. Look how many ghasts. They are everywhere. I'm totally surrounded. Okay. Take that. Take that. Oh, they are behind also? Wow. Oh, maybe. Oh. Did you see that? Okay, I'm going to run for it. Oh, this is slow. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Also, I do not have arrows. I'm out of arrows already. Well, I guess they are helping me mining. I just need to collect what they drop. Wow. I find wow, a big hole. I find there is no, it is not worth to fight back because I'm not. I hasn't been able to kill more than one with their fire charges. I just can't. How many? 21. Let's gather a little bit more. Okay, it's enough. I'm going to die. Yeah, I need to keep moving. Okay, let's go out of here. Look how many there are. Oh, the portal was destroyed. Luckily, I brought my flint and steel. Let's go out of here. Alright everybody, we made it back to the overworld. And as I said in the previous episode, today we are going to build a timer for this farm. I think building this timer is quite important for me because I often find myself in two scenarios. Either I'm picking the items up every second, every minute, like in an obsessive way, or I start to do another stuff and forget to pick the items often. And in both scenarios are not very efficient because in one I lose time by coming here and picking up the drops, and in the other scenario I just let the items despawn and waste some items. So that's why I want to make a timer. And first I was thinking of making a 4.5, maybe 4 minute and 45 second timer with the idea that I need to pick up the items before the first one despawns. No, I thought that was the most efficient way. Okay, so back in the day we didn't have hoppers, pistons, or anything like that. So we needed to make other types of timers. Of course, the easiest one will be a repeater chain, just like this one. But for a 4.5 minute timer, we need a lot of repeaters. So this machine here is a binary counter, and a binary counter is made out of T flip-flops connected in series, and this one is run with a clock, a repeater clock, a repeater chain, that every time every time a signal comes through this redstone dust, the flip-flops change state. They turn on and then turn off and then turn on and then turn off. But because they are connected in series, we obtain as an output a combination of states that repeat every so often. Actually, you can set how fast, or you can set the cycle time. So here we have three modules, three T flip-flops connected in series that either give us, for example, now we have a off, on, off, and the next one will be on, off, off, and it will change accordingly to how, if that flip-flop is on and that one is off, and etc. So you can set different timer lengths by increasing the number of modules, or by increasing or shortening the repeater chain. And all the modules are connected to this NAND gate. So when all are off, our signal is on with this torch. Okay, so this is not a 4.5 minute timer. For that, we need to change the repeater chain, or increase or decrease the number of modules. And you may be asking, what is the configuration we need? How many modules, how many repeaters do we need to make a 4.5 minute timer? Okay, so as you can see in this graph, after some testing and after some math, I came with this graph that in the X we have the number of modules, and here we have the cycle time. The timer cycle in a binary counter, if you want to use it as a timer, depends on two things: the length of the clock, how much repeaters you have, for example, or any other type of clock, and the number of modules, the number of T flip-flops you connect in series. So every time you add a new module, the cycle time doubles. Okay, so for a 4 minute 45 second timer, the optimal number of repeaters and number of modules are represented by the solid lines. So for example, if we want to have a 4.5 minute timer, we can use 5 modules and 12 repeaters, and it's short, and it's a little bit short of what we want. Oh no, let me see. Yes, it's a little bit short of what we want. But also we can have 6 modules and 6 repeaters. Or if we want to go to another extreme, we can have 3 modules and 54 repeaters. Okay, but this is turning to be impractical, because first, it is very, very large. I mean, this is almost as big as the building. So obviously I will need to build them stacked like these ones, no, not in one in front of another like these ones, and they will need to be obviously underground, stacked. Also, I was trying to use boats, timers made out with boats or minecarts. And this is what I needed the soulsand, because as you know, soulsand make you walk slower, and I was wondering if also boats can be affected by this, but I guess because the boats float, they are not affected by the soulsand, but the minecarts do. So if we push these minecarts, you will see that the minecart that is on the soulsand move slower than the minecart that is on dirt. So we surely can make a timer like this, but in this version of Minecraft we have certain difficulties that we need to address in order to make this clock. The first one is, how do we return the minecarts to its resting position? And that is an issue because in this version of Minecraft we don't have power rails. So it's actually really challenging to return the minecart to the start of the timer and to reset the timer. So this is a no-no. It's too difficult and a little bit too much for this kind of farm. So I guess what we are going to do here is to add a simple despawn clock. And the despawn clock is a clock that uses the despawn mechanic. You know, when you drop an item, it takes 5 minutes to despawn. So it will be the easiest one. And the way it will work is that when a cactus drops into this pressure plate, this triggers a dispenser that will be underground that shoots another item into another pressure plate, and when that item despawns, it sends a signal that I will couple to some node blocks that tell us that we need to come and pick the items. Now, there is no way to make it shorter than a 5-minute timer because it will only activate when the item despawns. That means that the first cactus that falls into the pressure plate will already be despawned when the timer ends. And I thought this was a problem because we are going to lose items. But it turns out that it is not the case, because if we wait, let's say 10 minutes and come here and pick the items after 10 minutes, we only going to be picking up the 5-minute worth number of items, because some will fall, some will despawn, and they will continuously fall and they will continuously despawn. So it's not that items will accumulate here indefinitely, they will despawn. So every time I come here, I will pick 5-minute worth of items. Also, I forgot to mention that this is the design of Michael Hartley, and I will leave the link in the description. Okay, signs, we are at it. Let's check another timer. I think this one is pretty nice. It's a design made by Kessel Run, and it's a timer that, or it can be seen as a run. Actually, it's named feedback shift register, and it's a pseudo number generator that can be used as a timer by setting the number of elements. These repeaters are the elements that passes the signal through a XOR gate, and only when all these modules are off, then we get a signal through this pulse generator, and that will happen accordingly to how we have configured it right now, every 5 minutes. Also, I will not be using this. It's a bit excessive. It takes a lot of space, and also, like the one before we had here, you need a very precise way to to turn it off and on. So yeah, I think this one is pretty nice. I'm liking it. That is the XOR gate, and these are the modules that only when all those are off, then we have a signal. And you can set this clock to any number you want. Each module that you have, each repeater, practically doubles the time, and you can have increments or decrements in the cycle time of 0.4 seconds every 2 redstone ticks. That is awesome. Yeah, that was our signal. That was 5 minutes. It's way smaller than the binary counter, but still I think it's a little bit too excessive, especially because that is a cactus farm. Cactus are really not that useful. But maybe I will use this in another project. To turn it on and off, you only need to power this line and everything will stop. Okay, so I think we are going to go down here. Let's see. Okay, so this is the block that has the pressure plate. And now I need to place a redstone dust here. That will power a dispenser. You always forget something. Okay, so this needs to activate a dispenser, which I'm not going to be able to place. There you go. And this will shoot an item, which I didn't brought, of course. That will drop on another pressure plate. So here. And our signal will be note blocks. So we have 5 sounds. We have bass. Bass, I think is bass drum. Bass, snare. No. This is like a tick. This is a snare. And I guess this one is piano. I want the sound to be like discrete, just like a peep peep, something like that. I think it will be glass. Or maybe a combination between piano and glass. I can remember this is a tick, I think. A repeater doesn't even power the note block directly. Huh? This activates the dispenser? Like, it's like a bot switch. Yeah, because this is powered. Oh my god, the dispenser is being powered. Okay, that's not good. I guess we need to push these blocks further back. Yeah. There. And extend the wire one more block. So we can remove this one and place it here. I don't like this snare drum. The tick or whatever it is. We are going to use only the piano. And that's it. Pretty small, isn't it? And that will be our signal. Yeah. Okay, so we just need to add a redstone torch here. Oh, there. Ah, no, a redstone dust. Okay, so now I'm going to tie this place up so it looks nice. And see you in a bit. Okay, so there was a little flaw. Before this redstone wire passes underneath the pressure plate and it was being powered by the pressure plate, so I needed to move the torch here and move the wire here. I also filled the dispenser with the same blocks this farm provides. I guess I did this room a little bit too close to the surface, because here where there's the dirt, it's supposed to be sand, but if I place sand, it will fall. So I need to place a block. And I thought, well, let's use slabs, but I cannot place the slabs attached to the underside of a block, only like this, and that will make it so it's only too high. The room is only too high. So either I lower this by one block, or we wait until the slabs can be placed in the underside of the blocks and fix this. Probably you guessed it, I went for the slabs and a 2 space gap. We will need to revisit this farm later to fix this. We also need to have an entrance to this place, and I was thinking of simply having a pressure plate, or not a pressure plate, a trapdoor, maybe somewhere in these corners, but there are no trapdoors in this version of Minecraft, so I think we are going to have simply a block, and then we are going to make the entrance. Like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, here comes another cactus. Yeah, it fired twice. Oh, I'm so dumb. It's firing twice because the item itself is powering again the dispenser. Okay, so I need to lower this one block. And it has to be here with the pressure plate here. Yeah. Okay, now let's see if it works. Okay, here comes an item. Yeah, now it works fine. Alright, so we finished the farm and also installed the timer. So I think it will be it for today. I hope you like it, and see you in the next episode. Bye. Well, that's a reminder.